You are listening to the Dyslexia Mom Life podcast. I'm Nicole Holcomb, former teacher and school counselor turned civil rights attorney and podcast host. It wasn't that long ago that we learned the reason that our daughter was struggling to learn to read in first grade was dyslexia. Fast forward 4 years past many hours of research and collaborating with experts in the field of dyslexia, now I'm sharing the lessons I have learned that took me from being an overwhelmed mom who didn't understand dyslexia to a go-to mom who is helping hundreds of moms each week through education and collaboration. I created the Dyslexia Mom Life podcast to give you simple, actionable, step-by-step strategies and hacks to help you do the same. If you're feeling alone and lost on your parenting dyslexia journey and you're looking to find a mom who gets it, you're in the right place. Let's jump in and get started. Welcome to the Back to School Bootcamp for Moms. I am so excited that you are here today, and I know you're thinking, it is the end of July. Why are we talking about back to school? But believe it or not, it will be here sooner than later, and I want all of my moms to be prepared and ready to go on day one. So let's talk about today's bootcamp. Today in part one, I am talking all about a command center. And when you hear the word command center, what comes to mind for you? What do you picture? I don't know. At first, you may picture a control room at NASA, right? I mean, it seems so, so cold to say a command center, right? And so you might be thinking, well, I don't even know what is a command center. And that's a great question. So when we talk about on the podcast about a command center, we're really talking about your home command center. You may have heard other moms talk about command centers and thought, I don't know what that is. Or you may have even scrolled past a Pinterest post that said, best 10 command centers for your home, and thought, I still don't know what that is. So let's talk a little bit about what is a command center. So a command center is a place in your home that is centrally located, and it is a place for you and your family to get organized, stay connected, and cut down on the daily chaos. Sounds good, right? I mean, it sounds great to me. And you may even wonder why you didn't have one sooner. So let's talk about a few things that you might find in a mom's home command center. Things like car keys, extra sets of glasses, places to take notes, and of course, a place to put those forms that need to be signed for school that we always lose, right? Or our kids say, by the way, they're in the backpack. You can stick reminders up there, school calendars, maybe a class schedule, dinner menus. You can even post around your command center some inspirational signs. And if you're like us and have lots of gadgets and devices, it's a great place to have a central location for your chargers for all your tech. The beauty of a home command center is it is all up to you, my friend. You decide what it looks like. There is no right way to create a home command center. And you will probably find once you start working on it that you will pick up other pieces and start adding to your command center. Hey, this is a great place to put, let's say a charger. Hey, it's a central location. We all know that's where our chargers are. So they can be completely customizable, and they should reflect you and your style and your family style. Now, if you're new to Dyslexia Mom Life, you may not know quite yet, but I am a very type A mom. And so my command center, though, might surprise you. It's pretty simple because I want my days to be clear and simple to follow. But by making your own home command center, you can incorporate all of your personal command must-haves. And it can truly be a functional place and tool that makes your life easier. So let's talk a little bit about the benefits. What are some benefits of a home command center? Well, first off, I already kind of spilled it a little bit for the spoiler earlier, which is it's a central location. So it's going to be a location that's a high traffic location. Ours is actually located right outside of our kitchen. So, everybody's in the kitchen, right? All the time getting things. So it's a great location for us. But what's even more important is you can keep a family calendar there. So when someone doesn't know when the next day out of school or when soccer practice is, you can have a family calendar where everyone writes their notes in, or better yet, they say, Mom, when do I have to go to the dentist? And you're like, hey, go look at the calendar. And it says Tuesday at 3:00, right? You're going to the dentist. The other piece that I love about the benefits of a command center is you'll never lose your keys again. You'll never lose that field trip permission slip because you can literally get a like a keys section where you have little hooks and you can hook your keys right there. So when people walk in the door, we actually have ours positioned right beside our door. So as you walk in, you can hang your keys up and then everybody has access to keys. And then the other piece is your child says, hey, I need this field trip signed. You're in the middle of cooking. Hey, go pin it on the bulletin board in there. And it really just kind of brings a sense of calm to your chaos and to your home because there's that central place you can go. And as you kind of, in air quotes, train everybody where you want them to put things, it will make your life so much easier because you can direct everyone in the household to that one location. And I don't know about you, but it seems like mail collects everywhere. So you could actually have a place for your mail, and that also will create less clutter for you. And really, I think of it as a one-stop shop, a one-stop place where you and your family can stay organized. And like I said, the best part about it is if it could actually sort through your mail and throw out all your junk mail. I mean, that would be delightful, but we're not quite there yet, people. So those are the benefits of having a home command center. So you may be asking, well, how do I create one? Like, how do I go about creating my own home command center? And that's an excellent question. You may be thinking, oh, this sounds way too difficult. This is way too much time consuming. It really is not. Once you get it set up and going, it's just like a system like you would have for anything else that you do in your home. So let me just step you through a few steps that you can take to create your home command center. Step one is pretty obvious. Location, right? You need to find that best location in your home for your command center. And it can be as small or as large as you have space for. You could have it above a desk. You could have it literally like we have it beside our kitchen in a small area. It can be whatever you need it to be. And that really is the beauty of it being customized because you decide what is best for you and your family. So it could literally be a really small wall. It could be a corner. It can be whatever you want it to be, but I do recommend it being in a central location so your entire family has access to this home command center because you want them to be able to access that. So like I said, ours is located right off of our kitchen. It's a high traffic area, and I get weekly almost, hey, what time is this? And when do we have to go to that? And I go, hey, just go look at the calendar. It's all up there because I don't remember all those either. So I can just say, hey, go check it out and let me know what you see. So if you also think about any unused areas that you're like, oh, I wish I had something to put right there, this might be a great piece as well. Step two is think about the purpose. What is the purpose of your command center? And you may be saying, well, I don't know. I just learned about a command center literally 3 minutes ago from you. But when you think about a command center, it really can have a lot of different purposes. So I'd spend just a few minutes thinking about, what would help things be less chaotic for you. So here's some examples. Is it a place that's a convenient place to, I don't know, maybe put things when you return home, like your keys, or a place that you can grab things as you walk out the door? Maybe that's what you need to keep you organized and feeling less chaotic. Maybe it's, like I said earlier, maybe it's a hook where you put your keys and book bags and purses and raincoats. Maybe it's that type of location. Maybe it's a place that you actually just stick some grab-and-go snacks for the kids. Hey, grab that. We're going to soccer practice. It could be a place for your chargers, your bills, your shopping and to-do list. I mean, those are just never ending, right? But it also can be a place where your family stays connected with those calendars and those to-dos lists. And then you know what? It could be all the above. Again, the beauty of all of this is it is all up to you. But don't let it be overwhelming. If it seems overwhelming, take a minute and just make it simple. Just put the things that you need right now. And that's what we're going to talk about next. Step 3. How do you go about setting it up? Well, first you decide, like we said, on the location and the purpose of your home command center. Once you have those two things checked off, literally could take you 5 minutes, you will then decide what items you want to include and how you're going to set it up. And you know what? I promise you can get it set up and running in the same day. And once you start doing it, it's actually a lot of fun. So let me tell you a few essential items that I think would be great for you to include in your command center. One is that family calendar I talked about, a place where everyone can share schedules. And so that can look a lot of different ways. We actually have a framed, it looks like a picture frame, really. It's like a glass, but it actually has the calendar on it where I can write on it with dry erase markers. So every month I erase it and start over. But you can also get a calendar that you can just pin on the wall and you can literally write in it. Now, some people like to have Google calendar so that way anyone can check it from a device. That's great. I also would say have this family calendar on the wall because it is just a great resource to have at your house. You also want some baskets to hold little small items. You might want some hooks to hold those keys we talked about. I love having a dry erase board, whether that's a dry erase board for notes, meal planning, calendar, whatever that looks like. If you want to collect mail or magazines, get a cute little box to put on the wall there. And then a cork board for your school calendars. You're about to get a bunch of stuff at school, am I right? You're going to have school calendars, you're going to have school lunch menus, you're going to have reminders and things to sign. And how great is it just when you get it out of the backpack or you get it at open house to just pin it right up on the cork board. That way you know where it is when you need it. And like I said earlier, you can also add to it a meal planner section. We had a meal planner. Again, it was similar to our calendar as it was framed, and it was like a glass that had been printed on it. I won't say printed on it. It was probably more of those, the lettering that people put on things. And it had like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the whole week, and we could meal plan on it. We used that for a while. I don't have it up right now, but you could also add a chores list there if that's good for you as well. So those are some things that would be very helpful as you're setting up your command center. Now, if you want to learn more about the command center and you want a checklist that is ready for you, if you want an actual some busy mom tips that I provide, and if you want ready to go links that you can click, purchase, and have Amazon deliver to your door, then go to dyslexiamomlife.com, and at the very top, you'll see a bar on the website that says VIP experience for the Back to School Bootcamp. You're going to click on that, and today I have already released, for anyone who's purchased the VIP experience, you got today's part 1. You've already got part 2 and part 3, which covers homework stations, communication logs, data notebooks, and some bonuses. Everything is already over there right this minute for you. So you can go ahead of some of the podcast listeners and get actual video lessons of all of these pieces we just talked about, especially for part 1. And then I'm actually going to show you some examples. It's hard to do that on audio, right? It's hard for me to show you what my actual command center looks like. And so I'll be able to do all of that within the video lessons. So it is $15, guys. $15. That's $5 a lesson. You're not going to get that cheaper anywhere else. But I wanted to keep it a reasonable price for you so that you can jump in there and grab what you need, and you'll have access to it. So if you don't get to it this week, and maybe your school doesn't start till September, it's there. But go ahead and purchase today so that you'll have it ready to go when you're ready. And you know what? It's kind of fun over the summer to think about your command center and get those pieces set up. You might want to work on the homework station closer to school starting, and definitely that data notebook. But I would say jump in and get these pieces, because it is going to help you feel less stressed, less unorganized, and just ready to go for the first day of school. And so I hope you'll enjoy all those pieces. Come back next week. We're going to be talking about part 2, which is about how to create a homework station. And then part 3 will be released on that Wednesday. I'm going to release one next Monday, one on Wednesday. So it'll be part 2 and part 3 of the boot camp. And part 3 will be talking all about how to create that communication log and about how to create a data notebook. If you don't know you need one of those, tune into the podcast so that you can hear all about it for free. And as always, don't forget, you got this. If you need me, I'm here. And I would love to see you come over to the Facebook group, Dyslexia Mom Life Podcast Community. It is a free Facebook group, and you'll meet a lot of other amazing moms in there, and you'll have access if you have a question. I jump in there from time to time and help as well, but I have a lot of fantastic moms that are in there helping and giving advice, and it's just an amazing place to be. So if you want to dive a little deeper, jump in there. If you're new to dyslexia, welcome. We're glad that you're here. Feel free to go back and listen to some other podcasts. There's some starter guides and things like that on the website to get you started. You are in the right place, my friend. So have a fantastic week, and I will see you here next week for the rest of the boot camp. Take care.